Welcome to Whitehorse RV Center in Williamstown, New Jersey, where today we're doing a walkthrough demonstration of this 2019 Jayco Jay Flight Bungalow 40 BHTS. This is stock number BU12445. Please note the features, equipment, and options you see are unique to this stock number. And we're going to give you an overview of some of the system's operations. Starting at the front of the camper, you have twin propane bottles. Make sure your valves are turned to the on position, and you have an automatic regulator. So the regulator points in the direction to the tank that it's pulling from with the arrow. It is designed to automatically switch and move to the other tank, and the color will change here to indicate which tank it's pulling from, at which point you could remove or top off that tank. Propane cover wiggles right up on top of the tanks. There is a hinged lid here for access, so you can access those valves. Coming down the off-door side of the camper, you have, this is the back of your furnace. This is a vent that will vent warm air, so you want to make sure this area is clear when you're running your propane-powered furnace. You also have stabilizer jacks. There are 4 of them, one at each corner of the camper, and you have a crank handle to raise and lower them for stabilizing the camper at the campsite. This is a gray water valve up underneath the camper, and also a low point drain. Low point drain can drain some fresh water off your tank. Gray valve, because this is a 40 BHTS, you're going to have 2 valves, one here and one toward the other dump station, which I'll show you in a minute. Continuing down the off-door side of the camper. Toward the rear, we have outside shower with hot and cold water. This is a lockable compartment, as well as the black tank rinsing system. The black tank flush will allow you to back flush the toilet waste tank to clean it out. Your holding tank valves are also here for your black, and again a second gray valve. So the gray valve is colored gray, and that's soapy water that drains down your shower and your sinks. This is where you would hook up the sewer hose that's included with this camper. Remove this cap and attach right here, and then that is your black tank valve. So black tank is just toilet waste. A good tip is to let the waste accumulate for a couple of days, pull that black tank valve, let the toilet waste drain out, and then pull the gray valves, one here and one forward that you saw, and let that soapy water wash through those lines. Outside storage compartment here, these are lockable. There's your detachable power cord, your sewer kit, as well as the crank handle for your stabilizer jacks. Any other items you see were included with this customer and are unique to this particular stock number. Here's your power hookup where you install that detachable power cord, as well as access for cable. So at the campground, pop this open and you have access to cable here. Roof ladder is great for maintaining. You can get up and check your seals and gaskets, scrape and reseal as necessary. Check your Jayco owner's manuals for more specific instructions and detailed information. But usually once a season is recommended maintenance for that. At the back of the camper, you have access to the fresh water tank. You would put a water safe drinking hose here and you can fill your onboard water tank. City water connection is hooked up at your campground. If you're using city water, it's pressurized coming into the camper already from your campground. If you're using the water tank on board, there is a water pump switch operational from the inside that would allow you to pressurize the system and use that water from your tank. There's another low point valve access here, which is also marked along the side of the camper. Entry steps fold one on top of the other. So for storage, you're going to fold the bottom on top of the middle, on top of the third step, and it all recesses up along the camper underneath. There is electrical outside here, right by your main entry door. Also electrical forward. And then your hot water heater is forward on the door side. So this is a drop-down access panel. There are instructions on the water heater itself and also instructions in your Jayco's owner's manual. Please do see the owner's manual for more detailed instructions and operations. But basically you want to check this area to make sure it's clear of any debris or cobwebs because it can wreak havoc with your propane water heater. This is lit from the inside, so this is where you would see the pilot. And just of note, there is a nylon plug here. So for draining the water heater down for winterizing, you would want to remove this plug, let the water drain out, and make sure you're only replacing that again with a nylon plug. This area also has a vent on it. So when you're running your water heater, this may vent warm air. Make sure that area is kept clear of any chairs or any other things you might have outside your campsite. Come on up inside the camper. Show you some of the features here. Right across from the entry door along the floor level is your carbon monoxide and propane leak alarm. This is tied to the battery on the camper, so this does have a slight draw. If you're going to be away from the camper for a period of time or storing it, it's recommended that you disconnect that battery, maybe remove it, put it in a garage or shed, especially over the winter time, because it will continue to pull down your battery. If you have a low battery, this alarm is designed to chirp, and it's pretty loud, so it'll make you check that. If you did have a propane leak, it would sound, or carbon monoxide sound, and there's a reset button here. You could check your lines, your tanks, etc. Coming into the main living area and the kitchen. Stove and oven. So this is ignitable from here. Select your burner, put it to the light, and then you can select high or low for your flame. Sometimes when you fill the tanks or there's propane for the first time in it, you might get some air through those lines. So the stove is a really nice way to do that after you've transported it and set it up at your campsite. Just clear those lines here and light your burners. Oven is also controlled here, and you would have a pilot light inside the oven. Microwave, it's just like you would expect to work at home. This is plugged in. This would not work off of battery. You have your light and also your vent fan exhausting to the outside. Coming to the front of the camper, you do have light switches and fan switches. So overhead lights are controlled from this location here. So I'll show you operation there. Okay, make sure that it's a pop light. So you'll see there's a switch in the middle of the light itself. Those need to be turned on in order for the lights to operate with the switch. Next to that is a fan and vent. We can raise and open the vent and turn the fan on. And I'll show you that operation here. So that's for the kitchen vent. Next to that kitchen vent, you'll see an air conditioning duct. Those can be controlled for opening for less or more airflow. And then your main air conditioner is in the ceiling here. You'll see there's a little knob there. It's a little lever. You can flip to air dump more cool air into your living area, cool it down more quickly. Likewise, you can flip it and close it if you want to push more air toward the vents throughout the camper. Behind this grill here is a filter that can be dropped down and cleaned for dust. Usually once a season, shake that out, vacuum it, clean it out. And they are replaceable too if you'd like. We'll turn those switches off. We'll close that vent. Make sure for travel you do have all your vents closed. Refrigerator is an electric residential refrigerator and freezer. So your thermostat control is in the fridge itself. You can set your temperature here. Typically somewhere between 3 or 4 is very good. You might want to change that if it's real humid in August or in the summertime. Manuals are included with this coach. They will be inside a kitchen drawer for you. Please do refer to the manuals for more specific details and instructions on systems and operations. And you can always give us a call with any questions. Remotes for your fireplace and television. Television, we are currently running on TV antenna. We ran a search with the digital air signal and we pulled in local channels. If you're at the campground, you'll be running off cable and you would select cable operation. Fireplace has temperature controls and also settings on the fireplace if you would like to change the style and decor that you're seeing. And we'll turn that off there. And then your blower and thermostat for that. For your dinette table, make sure that they're secured for travel. You'll see straps there, which can just be unlocked. Also, your ottoman for travel would store up on top of the sofa. You want to make sure everything is secured for travel. Behind the sofa, you have an emergency exit window. You would pull up on the levers and push out to use that, and there are instructions right there on the window. You also have wall switches, which control your lighting here. Coming into the hallway, you have your bunkhouse area, sofa bed, and a drop-down overhead bunk. The bunk is rated to 300 pounds. You have lock pins on both sides. You would release these and lower the bunk. Likewise, you can fold it back and away and lock those for travel. Pop lights. Emergency exit window works the same way as the one we saw forward. Your desk area has your converter at the base. You'll see furnace vents are on the floor. Your heat's going to rise, and your air conditioning vents you saw on the roof, the cool air is going to drop down. So this is your main converter and breaker box. This gives you access to fuses and circuit breakers. And this is also a vent. So this can run occasionally. You may hear that. It keeps the converter cool. That's normal operation. USB charger, overhead light switches, and also you have cable hookup and electric if you wanted to install a television into this bunk area. Vent overhead, you would use the knob to open the vent and close it. Fire extinguisher is at the side of the entry door. This is a sliding patio door on your main entry door. So you're going to close it all the way, lock it here for transport. And then there is a wood security bar that comes with it as well. Coming into the hallway, you have your systems monitor panel, overhead light switches, slide room controls, and power awning controls. So for your water pump, if you're pulling from your fresh water tank on board, this is where you turn the pump on. You will hear that cycle on and off. That's normal with use, where you would also choose electric or propane operation. Again, propane and electric side of the water heater. Check your battery levels, your fresh tanks, gray, and black tanks. Black, again, is toilet waste. Gray is soapy water. And close that. This switch operates the ceiling fan. So you can see it. There is one in this model in the living area and one in the master bedroom. We'll turn that off just with the wall switch there. Make sure that the pull chain is pulled to the on position for that fan wall switch to work. Thermostat control. Very easy to use. Push it. You can cycle through and select if you want cool, heat, or fan on this model. So right now we're on air conditioning. We can select the temperature here. It is normal. There is a delay whether you're using heat or air conditioning. So it's going to take a little bit. You're going to hear that compressor and the air kick on. Likewise, when you turn it off, same thing. It might have a time delay on it. And again, that is normal operation. Coming into your main bath area, we have a foot pedal flush toilet. This will allow you to clear the bowl and also add water by pushing all the way to the floor. If you just want to add some water, push partway down and you can rinse some of the bowl out. For your shower door, make sure for transit, this is latched. This would open up here and then latch back. So that's your transit lock. And then just make sure that's latched. Your main GFI reset for the entire camper is located in your bathroom. If you did have any electrical questions, you'd want to come back here. Any issues, make sure this is reset. And then you have your light switches and your overhead fan and vent, similar to what we saw in the kitchen area. Okay, we're gonna close that, lower that. And then your switches there for courtesy light and main light. Sliding pocket door into the bedroom. Make sure that is snapped and locked for travel. Likewise, pop this off to use it for normal operation. Reading lights above the bed. If you push it once, you'll get a blue courtesy light. If you push it twice, you'll get a white reading light. Ceiling fan operates by a wall switch, just like we saw forward in the kitchen. There is a second air conditioner on this model. Thermostat is here on the bedroom wall. Operates the same way as the forward one. This is overhead light switch, and this is slide switch operation. So to show you slide operation, just like in the systems monitor panel or here in the bedroom, you're going to press in or out. So we're going to retract the main slide by pushing the button. I'll show you the slide operation here. When the slide gets all the way in or all the way out, you may hear a clicking noise, and that's the clutch motor. That's normal operation. Slide outs are, there you go. Slide outs are meant to be used all the way in or all the way out. That's where they're flush, level, and also watertight. So make sure that you're cycling those slide outs fully. There is hookup here in the master bedroom for electric and cable. There's a television bracket behind the wall if you wanted to add a wall mount TV. Emergency exit window in your master works a little bit different. This is a lever, so you can lift that up, push out, and leave it if you want to leave the window open for fresh air. If you want to use it as an emergency exit window, you would continue to push the whole screen and window out. For locking, bring it back in, swivel it back into place, and lock that for security. Charging center again behind the bedroom door. This is the switch for your ceiling fan. Make sure that pull cord is pulled to the on position on that fan, and electric there for you. And the pull cord on this one is up in the fan itself. Coming back into the hallway area, I want to show you the awning operation. So switch again is in your system's monitor panel in your cabinet here, and we're just going to press the in or out position. So we'll extend the awning. It is a power awning. I'm going to show you that. Hopefully you can see it going out the door there. Take you and show you that a little bit. It is a large awning on this model. Make sure if it's going to be windy or rainy that you are bringing that awning in to secure it. And you can see the LED lighting there. We're going to bring the awning back in for storage. Very easy operation here. Again, this is a walkthrough feature demonstration of some of the systems and operations of a 2019 Jayco Bungalow 40 BHTS. On the exterior, or after you fold your steps in for travel, your grab handle will lift over to the side, and you will see we have the screen door taped for transit, so that is removable. We hope you've enjoyed this walkthrough. Again, please see your Jayco owner's manuals for more specific detailed information and operations of systems. We wish you much happy RVing ahead. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.